chilling in a different spot today. Gotta go where the shade's at. Whew. I know I've been quiet for a while. I have had quite a lot that I've had to process, release. I had to go further in to myself. Because what I have to remember is that I'm in a transformation. I am in a transformation. I am letting go of the old scripts, the old molds, the lies, the things that I was told that I had to do because of whose I was. And I did. I clung to that for the longest time because I knew that if I didn't do that, I was going to get in trouble. I'd get into a lot of trouble. And those that have followed along this much, that y'all know that those punishments were not small. They were not small. So, yeah, there were things that I did and didn't do because of that. And I'm tired of living in fear. And I've been in that mindset of not wanting fear to take control. Because I'm in control of my life. No one else is in control of my life. I am in control of it. And for the longest time, I was not. And I did not feel like I was. Because I had this over here that I had to follow. So now that I am speaking up, I'm breaking that silence. And I'm finally telling my story, the true, authentic version of my story. Because what I realized is that I had gotten so good at showcasing what I had done with the broken pieces. Like, I got so good at being like, look at this lemonade that I made out of the lemons that I was given out of life. So it did look like I lived a different kind of life than I did. But it's literally because that's what I made out of it. It's what I made out of it. Because as I was trying to close out the whole like family side, so I could like officially like let it go, move on to the next chapter, I realized that I couldn't quite do that until I started speaking on my marriage because it intertwines. Because, oh man, my marriage was a joke. My marriage was a fucking joke. And see, now I see why we connected, why we met up. I see the reasons and everything. I also now see where I should have taken more control, but I didn't know that I had that control at the time, which is why it took me so long. Because I always tried to find a way out. Now, were they always the healthy options? No, they weren't. They weren't. I was just trying to find any and every way out that I could. Because like I said, I reached out for help. I went to my parents on the first deployment, and I said, and here's the thing, like I had to remember with those people was that I had to start at a certain level. Like I couldn't just come in with the problem. There had to, like walking on eggshells, like you had to, there was a process that you had to go through to let them know. And I basically was just like, hey, look, I'm not happy in my marriage. There's some things going on. Before I could even get to like the real reasons and like the things that were happening and like get into like the nitty gritty detail, I was told divorce isn't an option. That's your husband. You got to work it out. Now at the same time, in the same time frame, the brother was going through a divorce, and the sperm donor packed his gun, went over there just in case, to help make sure everything was going to go good and okay. So you'll help that one and do that, but You won't help me leave mine? Okay. Okay. Because here's the thing. The first 6 months to a year of my marriage, actually the first 6 months, he came to me, asked if I could find somebody. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, can I find somebody? Well, can you find someone that you would want to like mess around with? No, I don't really have anybody off the top of my head. Like, no. He brought me a list of the people that he wanted to have sex with. Like, and it wasn't the last time. It wasn't the last time. It got brought up numerous other times throughout our relationship, and no one was helping me. I didn't know how to get out of that, so I just took it. I dealt with it. We never actually did anything with anybody else, but we had like profiles and stuff. I didn't want to do it, but it was there because, hey, you got to do what you got to do. That's your husband. Make it work. Work it out. Okay. So I basically just went through my entire marriage just doing what I had to do, but also doing what I could do. And I'll get into more of that later. That's going to be a couple different videos. But don't let other people tell you what your truth and what your reality is. You know what you lived through. You know what you went through. You know what the experiences are. Because right now, I'm not clearing up a single rumor. Go hear it again. I probably did do it. But do you know why I did it? Now you can come and ask me questions. But if it's to clear anything up, no. No. Anytime I do something, it's typically for a reason. There's a method for my madness. So just continue to be yourself. Continue doing that inner work. Find the real you. Discard the pieces that are not you. Because yeah, it gets heavy at times. And that's usually a time where you need to go inward. You need to cry. You need to feel something. Because the biggest thing that I have learned, that you can't heal something that you refuse to feel. If you keep denying yourself the feeling, you won't be able to heal it. You might be able to let go and ignore and all that stuff, but it'll come back around. It'll come back around in whatever shape it feels like. So, stick to your truth. You know your truth. You know your reality. If you find yourself questioning it, go down that rabbit hole. Figure it out. But once you figure it out, get out of that hole and keep moving forward. You got this. I believe in you. I love you. Love yourself. You got this.